Good morning. We are back. We've had a little siesta here from doing Facebook Live, but we wanted to come back and talk to you today. We're going to share some of the things that we did over the Christmas holiday, and we hope that you had a great Christmas, and we're looking ahead to New Year's. So today I've got Sandy and Maren, and Cindy's going to join us in a minute. She's busy. Jolene is our camera woman today, so we're just glad to be back. And Sandy, why don't you start? What did you do? What did the Wild family sisters do for Christmas?
Well, we had wine, of course, and food, because we're all about food. It's not. Yes. I think somebody said, our family eats to live, and your family lives to eat, and that is a good description of my family, because we like to cook and have all kinds of food and snacks. So prime rib and ham and all kinds of goodies that all of my sisters and myself made. So a lot of fun time.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. And I know you had a story about the hover balls, because she sent me a video of the hover balls.
We did gave them all to the family, so we got one out, and Jess's kids were all having fun, wanting to participate in that, and so I think they'll have fun later on with it.
I'm sure they will. So, Maren, tell us what you did this year for Christmas.
Oh yeah, all my family was gathered together, so that was just special to have everybody in one place. There's a lot of eating at our house too. We're big on the snacks and the cookies. Yeah, but we just got all together. My aunt from DC was back, so that was really fun.
Awesome.
And we watched some K-State football too.
Well,
they had a big win.
Right.
So.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So, well, we went to my sister's house up in Olathe, and of course, again, lots of food. Everyone was in charge of different things. So I was in charge of appetizers, which makes it really easy because, all I had to do was walk to the back room, and we had lots of appetizers. But it was just really fun to be together, and our grandbabies got to come. I've got to stop calling them babies, because
they're getting grown.
There are. Ruth is 4.5. She makes sure it's 4.5 because they had their half birthday, and Charlotte is 3.5, and Harvey is not quite 2, but oh my, very fun. And again, the hover balls, they wanted to be right in there playing with them, and I kind of brought them for the college age kids, but the little people had just as much fun. So Cindy, what did you do? Scoot in here. We're going to be cozy.
We had our traditional Christmas breakfast, and we do that about 10 in the morning, and that has happened ever since my husband was a little boy. It was his family's tradition, and there is nothing missed at that breakfast. We have every kind of meat you can imagine, and the sausage gravy, and the hash browns, and scrambled eggs, and the homemade cinnamon rolls. It's crazy. But then they want to eat again about 2 or 3. So, yeah, we did that. And we, too, had the hovering balls. I did it for my son-in-law and my 2 grandsons that are like 17 and 22. And in my living room. That was crazy, but it was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
I love the crazy of things like that, and we love, promoting it, and we've promoted those a lot, but we knew they were going to be so much fun for people. So, well, today we've got a big announcement. I should have done this at the beginning, but we are now an official Dots Pretzels seller. I feel like we've won the lottery because they are so good, and they're so different than anything you've ever had before, anything that we've ever sold before. I was introduced to these last April by a friend of mine from Iowa, and I immediately tried to set up an account, and they said, "We're so sorry." I got a great phone call from customer service there saying, "We cannot make enough pretzels. We can't open any new accounts, not one." And so we waited like 7 months, 8 months maybe.
Wow.
And I got a call just a couple days before Christmas saying, "Are you still interested? We have an opening." I'm like, yes! So we now have Dots Pretzels. We're an official supplier, so we should be able to keep them in stock. But we have them for New Year's weekend, which we're very excited. Perfect. So come in. Sandy's got them out already, sampling them today.
And you can't eat just one.
Oh, no. No. You got to have, you need at least 2 bags.
You eat one, then you're going to want a handful.
So, but I wanted to talk about all these different things that that we sell that basically open a bottle, open a box, and you've got it made. On our blog post, which will come out later today, I've got some additional recipes. I made a recipe, one of Ree Drummond, the Pioneer Woman's. I made her tortellini skewers because my friend Andrea Seifkes had brought them to a party, so I've got that recipe on there. And then the other one I made that was really different was called apple brie crostinis. They were absolutely delicious, and they're not hard to make, but I mean, it requires more than what any of this so Sandy, I'll just let you start and just pick something, and we'll talk about it across the table here.
Okay. Well, I like the Jake and Amos. This is the peach salsa, and it's a little bit sweeter than some other salsas, but it's really good on just regular chips or our Tweeds. And this is the Chia that we have, so this goes well with any of these.
It really does. And the Chia chips were a big hit at our family. I thought, we've sold them for a long time. I thought I had brought them before, but my parents sure liked them, and they didn't think they'd ever had them before.
They kind of have a nutty.
They do.
The Chia one has the
chive,
an onion flavor in it, where I don't think the flax does.
Right.
So, and it's the bigger seed. $5.99 on the peach salsa, and then the $5.99 on the chips as well.
And these are gluten-free, which is great for my mom's gluten-free, so we...
Yeah, it's a great thing to do. So, Maren, you want to pick one?
Yes. Well, I'm always a fan of the sweet and hot pepper relish. I don't know how many years we've sold this.
Many.
Very classic. You just spread some cream cheese out and put some of the relish on, and you can serve it with pretzels or Ritz crackers or
even those nut thins for your mom that's gluten free. They're really good. You just get those in the grocery store.
Even maybe on sandwiches, that could be good.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We have a guy from Wichita that makes Philly steak sandwiches, and he comes and buys a case about once a year, and that's his signature dish. Are these?
Yep.
That's great.
He never has brought us a Philly steak sandwich, however. So if you're listening, we need a sample. So. And then I'm going to talk about probably our most famous thing back there is our Savory Crackers, and you make these in Sandy's going to go help somebody up here, so we'll see if she'll be back. But the Savory Crackers you make in a Ziploc bag. You don't even get a spoon dirty. And of course these were just snarfed up at our family. We're so used to them because we have them here every day, but boy, when people haven't had access, they just eat lots of them. And they're really good with we like the smoked cheddar cheese that they have at the Hometown Foods, which is just next door here, and I love that smoked cheddar and a little piece of our Y&S summer sausage that is available here at Adrian's. That on one of the Savory Crackers is just a match made in heaven.
It is.
So.
It is. And we had that at our Christmas. And for people that haven't done this, it's just a package of crackers.
Yeah.
And
saltines.
Saltines, like 4 sleeves of it, and a cup and 2/3 of oil. But I've also made that on oyster crackers and pretzels. And
yes.
It's just as good.
It is good. It also makes a great seasoning dry on like salmon or chicken breast or pork tenderloin. Yummy city.
Well, okay. Well, I'm going to talk about the dips here. This is a line that we have, the resident chef. Sandy has made up the salted caramel cheese ball. And when that is just, isn't it just a brick of, I should have pre-read,
it's just
an 8-ounce cream cheese and this package?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty easy. We have a whole line of these different flavors. Very easy. And some of them can be even made into a pie crust for a dessert.
Oh, absolutely. And I actually made the salted caramel to take to my family, and so that's why it's up here today. But yes, so easy. I mean, I made like 4 cheese balls in about 5 minutes total, and I'll just give you one little hint. If you're making savory ones and sweet, if you start with sweet, I just didn't even wash the
Clean your bowl out.
I just went from one sweet to the next sweet, and then to the savory, and then the other savory.
Wow.
And so it took me maybe 5-7 minutes to make 4 cheese balls, which was so easy.
Yeah.
And then I brought up Captain Rodney's. We're not serving that today, but Captain Rodney's was featured on the Today Show just like 2 days before Christmas. And so I did put out the recipe on Facebook at that point. I'm going to put it in our email again today. So good. It's called Captain Rodney's Cheese Bake. It's easy to put together, but oh so delicious. The other thing that this is really good for is if you buy like frozen chicken nuggets, bake them in the oven and just drizzle this over the top. That is really, really yummy as well.
I like meatballs and salmon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what we've got for you to sample when you come in today. Of course, there's samples every day here at Adrian's, but this is actually what we've got going just today. And don't miss the Dots pretzels. We had lots of comments on Facebook. People are so glad that they're going to be available in the area. And so great little item. Make sure it goes to your New Year's Eve party with you or New Year's Day. We still have Christmas with our family this weekend. So we'll get to see our little people again, and are so excited to see them. So I've got lots of actually shopping and wrapping to do today. So I might have our Adrian's elves help a little bit with that. So if you've still got a family gathering or Christmas to go to this weekend, stop in. We still have our Christmas wrap.
We're still wrapping.
And we have 25% off pretty much store-wide. We have 50% off all of our remaining Christmas items. So it's a great weekend to come over today, tomorrow, and Saturday.
And the customer that just came through as we were starting, she bought the giving plate.
Oh, yes.
And they're still to have their Christmas. So she's starting a tradition with her brothers. And she said, I'm going to let them know how this works. And we're starting a tradition. And we still have those giving plates.
Okay, and that is so cool. That's where you fill a plate with goodies or cookies, give it to someone, they take it the next season, and they pass it on to someone else. And hopefully that'll go all through the family or all through the neighborhood.
We need to keep those traditions going.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Well, that's why I wanted to get on this morning and have several of us just talk about different things that we all do with our families. Because maybe you'll just get a little idea of what you'd like to do for fun. We have about, not very many, maybe a half a dozen hover balls available. So if you want a hover ball, I'm going to suggest you call Jolene. I'll give you the phone number. It's 620-543-6488 if you'd like to have a hover ball for your New Year's party, because it's very, very fun.
It is fun.
And I think that's what we've got. We've got people waiting to get through to shop, so I'm going to say goodbye. Sandy, you want to just wave?
Say happy New Year.
Oh, and
we want to say
Happy New Year!